Welcome, welcome, fellow siblings of the light. I hope that this video finds you all healthy and happy. I'm going to speak a little bit about the super worm moon in Virgo this month, and at the end of the video there will be the monthly sacred secretion calendar, or your March 2020 lunar calendar. Please keep in mind that all of my times are Eastern Standard Time, and I will put a link in the description box so that you can figure out the times for your own time zone. You know, a lot of family and friends ask, why do you follow the movements of the planets and the moon? And the short answer is, I'd rather use the energy instead of being used by it. Very common responses that I get are, that's pseudoscience, that's evil, it's witchcraft, stupid, totally untrue. I beg to differ, and I'll show you a few reasons why. The biggest thing that the moon affects here on Earth are our waters. High and low tides are caused by the moon, by the gravitational pull. So, pretty much I'm gonna go with, since we humans are made up of mostly water, I'm pretty sure that it's going to have a huge effect on ourselves as well. So, pseudoscience? No. Nope. This is real science. It's facts. What about a woman's ovulation cycle? It follows the same cycle as the moon does every month without fail, every 28 to 29 days. Whether we want to believe it or not, we are following the moon. Our bodies are, and the earth is. This isn't crazy or untrue, or pseudoscience. This is law, universal law. As within, so without. As above, so below. And what about the planets? Sunday is named after the sun, the day of the sun. Monday is the day of the moon. Tuesday is ruled by Mars. Wednesday, Mercury. Thursday, Jupiter. Friday, Venus. And Saturday, Saturn. So whether we want to acknowledge that we're following the moon and following the planets, we are. I found it very intriguing that the sequence of the planetary rulers of the days of the week follow the beams of the seven-pointed star, or a heptagram, and it's also known as the star of the Magi. So we have the sun here, so we start here and we say Sunday, Moon Day, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then we end up down here at Saturday on Saturn. And it says that the sequence of the planet of these planets is always the same: Saturn, Jupiter, Mars, Sun, Venus, Mercury, Moon. And the sequence is named after the Chaldean sequence and is deeply rooted in ancient philosophy. You might notice that the sequence of the planet are ordered by the relative speed observed from the Earth, the Moon being the fastest and Saturn the slowest. So that's why from the Sun, our starting point, the first one we touched was the Moon, and the last one that we touched was Saturn. Very interesting, very intriguing, and again, yeah, we're all following the planets, whether we realize it or not, and that's my point. We need to wake up and look what's going on, and use the energy, and don't be used by the energy, because it's happening whether you like it or not, or whether you want to acknowledge it or not. Whether we believe it or acknowledge it, these energies do exist, always have, always will continue. And I really, really suggest that we all stop and look up and look around and use the energy, and don't be used by it. Alright, so our supermoon is a worm moon in Virgo, March 9th, 1:48 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. As I said, I will leave a link in the description box for a time zone converter, so wherever you are, you can figure out the exact time. A supermoon can be a full moon or a new moon, occurring when the moon is at its perigee, or 90% to the point at which the moon is nearest to the Earth in the monthly orbit. The March full moon is called the worm moon because this is the time of the year when the earthworm casings begin to reappear in the soil. They're shedding the earthworms, are not only aerating the soil for the spring and new life, but they're also casting off their casings. They're old, what they do not need any longer, and what no longer serves them. The moon will rise at sunset, peak at midnight, and set at sunrise, and it's the same for everyone, no matter where you are. No matter where you are in the world, in your time zone. Alright, so the sun and the moon opposing each other. The sun is currently in Pisces, and the moon in Virgo is our supermoon on the 9th. Pisces, dreams, dreamland, starry eye, fantastical thinking, intoxication, yearns for something other than reality, always having their head up in the clouds, and much, if given the choice, much would choose illusion over reality at any time. Much nicer and more fun, more colorful and illusions than it is here. Virgo is extremely analytical and grounded in reality and in the here and now, as well as in the future. It rules the rational, waking, judging mind and looks ahead to see what it needs to be prepared for the future, which is inevitable. Always looking out and making plans. The supermoon in Virgo shakes us by the shoulders as if to say, wake up, and be aware. Keep your eyes open and your head up. Do not ignore the outside world. Take your head out of the clouds and take care of business. It's time. As I've said a whole bunch in the past, full moon is for releasing and a new moon is for increasing. So this is all about cleaning house, allegorically and literally. Clean your house. Clean your house before the full moon. Get everything in order. Get your body, your temple, your house, get it in order. Cleaned up. This is for physical, spiritual, mental, and emotional. Everything that does not serve you and is not healthy, it's time to clean it out. Get rid of it. Now, the full moon is not only about internal work, but also service to others. A time to give out what we can to enrich others' lives. This also includes ourselves. We need to be of service to ourselves in the form of exercise, proper diet, and general health and wellness, emotional and spiritual. This Earth sign in Virgo supermoon brings bodily issues to our attention in a powerful way and it encourages us not to ignore or neglect our health or the health and well-being of others. As I said, whether we want to acknowledge it or not, lots of energy during full moons, and especially during a super full moon. It's closer to the earth. Psychic, mental, and physical energies increase significantly. This is felt not only just the day of, but a few days before and a few days after. Emotions and intuitions will be heightened, just like a woman's experience before her monthly cycle and afterwards. Remember, as within, so without. Use this energy and don't be used by it. Alright, here is your March 2020 lunar calendar. Sacred secretion times. I always list the void, when the void begins, and when the void ends, and your actual time that the moon enters into the sun sign. This right here is your preparation time, when the moon is transiting from one constellation to the next constellation. I call it your prep time. I always include it in my sacred secretion times, but if you don't want to, you can just begin right here when the void ends, and that's the time. Also, March 8th is daylight savings time, and it begins at 2 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, time. It's all messed up. I also have highlighted Virgo because this is going to be our super full moon time on the 9th, and then 2 weeks later is our new moon. And interestingly enough, this is SuperMoon, and this is a micro moon. I wasn't even aware there was such a thing, but I'll touch on that when it gets closer to micro moon time and new moon time. But here are all your times. And as I said, they're all Eastern Standard Time, so make sure that you do your own calculations. I'll have a time zone calculator in the description box below. And that is it, my light siblings, my friends. Please, if you enjoy the content, if you're benefiting from it, Please support the channel by hitting the subscribe button if you haven't already. Make sure that you hit that little bell so that you get notifications of all new videos. Please, please, please hit the like button. Give it a thumbs up. It helps out the algorithm so this information gets passed on and more people get to see it. Please share it on your own YouTube channel and along with your friends and your family. And please, if you are able to donate towards future uploads, creation cost, etc., it's very much appreciated. The links are in the description box below. You can donate any amount with a PayPal link, and you can also join my Patreon for as little as $1 a month. And please, please, please remember, base all that you do and all that you say in and out of love. Love is the key that will open all doors. It's a master key. It fits all of the locks. I bid you all love and peace, knowledge and wisdom, and perpetual healing. Love yourselves and love each other unconditionally. That's the whole of it. It sounds easy in theory. I do know it's difficult, but the more that we practice, the easier that it gets and the more joyful it is. I love you guys.